Hello everyone and welcome to Hackceler8. This is an experimental speedrunning and CTF hybrid competition that we are organizing. And we have 4 teams and they're playing this qualification rounds to fight for a spot in the finals next weekend. So I'm Carl and I will be commentating together with Ollie here.
Hey guys, I'm Ollie. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so Carl, as you said, we have 4 teams. Hopefully the teams will be a mix of both good at video games and good at CTFs, which judging by their credentials, they look pretty good so far. So I think the first team we have is Paston. Mostly from Israel. I've been around quite a while for a fair few CTFs. They look like quite a powerhouse of a team. Then we have more smoked Leet chicken. This is an alliance of 2 different teams, Leet more and smoked chicken. They've both all from Russia. So they seem to be pretty well versed in the CTF world. We then have Allies, who are a team from Germany, it seems. All of their team consists of former finalists of the Cybersecurity Challenge Germany. I think the Allies team actually took over control of that, organising the challenge, just so they get full control over the supply chain and ensure they get the best new team members. And then we have 5BC, who are from Israel, taking part in quite a few challenges. They've got quite a few team members. So all's looking good. It looks like we've got some very good teams here.
Yeah, awesome. That's setting us up for a really great match. So let's actually go over to the player's view and see what we have.
Sounds good.
So we can see here we have the 4 different teams. So the way that this works is that they have this game client, and the teams have been given this game client, and they have now about 30 minutes. They were given a version of this earlier, like a week ago, to start understanding how it works and set up some tooling and stuff. But now they were given a more complete version of this game client. So they have about 30 minutes now to find out all the details of the game before the actual servers opens.
Perfect. Hey, that sounds really good.
Yeah, and we have a stream offline. That's unfortunate, but let's check in with one of the teams what they are doing. So let's check in with Leet Chicken.
I can see they've got a good icon there. They've changed the standard default to a chicken rather than the spaceman.
Yeah, and you see here an example of the terminal where they can input the flag. So the challenges basically come in 2 varieties. There are kind of like regular CTF challenges. So you will find these terminals in the game where you will be given something that corresponds to like a CTF challenge, maybe a link to a website or a script that you can download or whatever. And then you have to solve this challenge like a regular CTF challenge and get the flag. However, you don't input the flag at the same terminal, so you will have to go somewhere else on the map to find where this is supposed to go in. Then there are also some in-game challenges where the goal is just basically to get to one part of the map.
Yeah. So we see a wide mix of that as well.
Yeah, so for example, here we see Paston looking at one region on the map. So first we can notice that they have replaced the textures and it's all just blue and they can like scroll around the map. But the area they were looking at just a second ago was a part of the map that's not it's not obviously accessible at all, and they need to get there.
Yeah, it looks like they've employed some sort of technique as well, where instead of using the keyboard, the mouse is directly following.
Oh yeah, that's really interesting.
Should help with some of the pixel perfect jumps that's being required throughout this. Should be good.
Yeah. Let's check in with the Alice and see what they're up to. We also see some tooling here, and they're looking around the map.
Yeah, that this is pretty good. You should be able to see quite a lot of the map and be able to see what actually the best routes to take.
Yeah, so I think these green indicators. So in this game, you can die and you can also kill yourself, and this is actually a crucial mechanic. Oh wait, now we see some.
What's a pathfinding?
Wow, this looks really cool. So they're trying to click, like they have like a source point. It seems like they have this green point. They're like placing waypoints or something, it seems, and then they get some path calculated.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to find the best path possible, but this doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, at least. So that's good.
Quite excited to see it in action. Hopefully it works.
Yeah, we had a team in a previous match which also tried to do some automatic pathfinding. I think they had some issues with like the size of the map and stuff like that, so it wasn't fully effective. But so I'm really excited to see something like this really working in a match.
Yeah, was that because the test map we sent was much smaller, so they got used to the techniques and the controls and all of that, but actually what they developed wasn't suitable for the larger map that was actually this map, right? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Nice.
I think that was the case. That was my impression. Here we have 5BC. You can see they're running the client and they are logging some kind of data here. So this thing they are approaching here is the red thing there is a key. So the keys are items that you can pick up, and then you can put them into these sockets. So right when we started talking, they were standing at like this thing in the floor. That's where you put the key to open a door. And this will also come into play during these matches.
Are they struggling to pick up the key? Can't figure out how to do it?
That might be the case, or they are maybe checking like it seems like they're dumping like coordinates at the bottom, so it could be that they are kind of like checking, the coordinates for things. But I'm not sure. It also could be that they're just struggling with figuring out exactly how stuff works.
This is pre-game, yeah? Or this is the actual game?
This is this is the real client, but they are not connected to the real servers yet. So the actual terminals, I don't know if it is that the terminals are not there at all, or if they just don't work, or but basically they can move around the map, but they cannot get any flags, and they cannot score any flags. They cannot get any of the challenges that they need to solve. So they cannot get any of these like CTF, like out of game challenges. They can of course explore these things to get to these like locations they're not supposed to, and so on. So those kind of challenges they can kind of solve already. So here you see another challenge. This is one of the in-game challenges they will have to do. So you see here that there is a door, and there's a key socket there in the floor, and there is some trickery around this. I think, if I remember correctly, I think the key will spawn in like on the other side of the door. If I remember my notes correctly, or maybe that's for another. So we're mixing up the challenges a little bit. So
Yep.
not every match is the exact same. So maybe that's for another match. No, this is the door challenge for this match.
Yeah, this is the key code where you have to do it in a specific order.
So that's going to be interesting. And I think the switches for these doors are located somewhere completely different on the map. So they will need to have the capability to like view the whole map or zoom out or something. Otherwise, it would be very tedious.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Paston again.
So what are they doing?
It seems they are really stripping down the game here, like removing textures. They have some kind of interesting like panel here to the left. Can we see what it says?
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult to read.
Yeah, it's doing similar to coordinates. I can see the phrasing map explorer. So it looks like it's all around coordinates and trying to find different aspects of the game, different closed doors. Yeah, it's picking up different textures and that sort of stuff and items. So yeah. I think the technique here that for those new to CDTFs, what's happening here is that the teams are trying to find the quickest way and trying to find all the secrets possible before it starts, basically. So it's for those. It's kind of like a speed run, just trying to find all the hacks and the quickest way through to all their challenges and that.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed by this. It really looks to me like they have implemented like automatic movement by just like pointing where they want to go, and then the game figures it out.
Yeah, it's some of the teams have gone really far really above and beyond. Gone really well. I'm mesmerized by what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we will see how that plays out when the match starts. I've been told that the game servers will open in about 15 minutes or so, and then the kind of the hunt begins. So now they did something where they messed up something, I think.
I think they got a few connection issues, it seemed.
Yeah, let's look here at MSLC. They have their chicken character. I really like that. So the kind of the spaceman character that you saw on the other screens, that's the default character we have in the game. But MSLC here, they have replaced it with something in line with their team name. So
yeah. And they seem to be going the traditional method of keyboard and mouse. Sorry, yeah, just keyboard rather than using the mouse to follow. So they don't seem to have implemented that.
And it seems so now. I'm not really sure if it does seem like, but because I observed this on Paston as well, it does seem like they have some kind of speed hacking going on here as well. And I'm wondering if that is something they will have implemented correctly on the service side. So there is like anti-cheat systems in place, but we figured out, or we became aware in a previous match that it's not perfect. So it is possible to run a bit faster. I think the way it works is that we have these like game ticks running on both the client and the server, but to be able to like account for connection issues and so on, there is a slight leeway in how you report the ticks. So what I think you can do is you can speed up the reporting of ticks up to some extent. So I think you can get the game to run about 20% faster or so, if I remember correctly.
That's interesting. It's not technically against the rules because it's a CTF.
Yeah, no, I mean it's you know, it's a CDF and game hacking challenge. So I mean we put the anti-cheat there in place because I mean without it they would just be able to just directly teleport to wherever they wanted to go and just you know there wouldn't be any challenge. But something like that, you know, making yourself 20% faster, that's I think definitely within both the like spirit and you know, law of the game. So yeah. So let's check in with Alice. I heard that they had some issues with their tooling. Someone said that due to slight changes in how the rendering works between the initial version and the version they were given now, some of their tooling broke. So they're trying to you know, fix this right now. And you see this interesting you saw this interesting control panel or something they had on the left side here. I wonder what that is. Hopefully we'll see more about of that.
Yeah, it seems like they've got their own very, very custom tool they developed specifically for this.
Yeah. It's very nice to see. And you see, yeah, here they have some kind of errors. So they're trying to like debug their tooling right now. So yeah, I really hope they get that working because it all looked very impressive. So I'm looking forward to see more of that.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing here is just one screen, but there are these are teams, so there's other people behind them trying to help them, trying to figure this stuff out. So,
yeah, exactly. And some of these teams are quite large, actually. I mean, in general, in CTFs and so on, we have quite a variance in the team sizes. Like some people play alone, and some people, you know, play maybe a handful of friends, and then you have these like super teams with, you know, 20, 30, 40 people collaborating. So yeah, there are a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah. I for one prefer to be in a smaller size team, maybe 4 people. That usually works out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit about, you know, are you playing to learn? Are you playing to win? Are you playing to have fun? Like there are different ways to play CTFs, and none of them is, you know, right or wrong. It's just about your, you know, what are your goals when doing this.
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, I usually play with a fairly small team as well. For the DEF CON CTF, we created one of these like mega teams. So we put together like a big Scandinavian team with like a whole bunch of people, and then we got some like sponsorship and rented like a conference room and sat together like 20 people over a weekend. And that was also really cool, but that adds other challenges, and basically it starts becoming like a, you know, a project management and people management challenge as well. So
yeah, you need someone tracking what your team's doing and who's working on what, so they're not duplicating things. Yeah, it becomes you need a technical program manager in
there. Yeah, that's you know, this different. I mean, that's I think that's something that's like really, really cool with CTFs, that they in some way they like part of it like emulate small pieces of, or like at least emulates like analogs to like real world things. Like sometimes you just have to write the compiler in you know, in a day. And yeah, that's to solve a challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we should look here at 5BC and talk about what they are doing right now. So bringing their screen up.
So this has a specific name. What's the name for this? I think it's the...
Yes. Is it the... There was the location. It's called like the... Is it the Purple Tower or something like that?
Blue or Purple Tower, I think. Yeah. It's
yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be one of the points where lots of the teams may struggle unless they have Allies' secret CTF tool that shows them tiles. But
yes, yeah, this is where the tooling, like this challenge turns from, really like frustrating to trivial if you have good tooling here. So the whole thing is that there's this tall tower and there are these invisible platforms that you have to jump on to get to the top of the tower. And the one way to solve it is just to replace the textures or draw something around the hitboxes or something so that you see the platforms.
Yeah.
And then it's just a fairly simple platforming exercise of jumping to the top of the tower.
And this will be entirely new to the team because they didn't have this previously in the test test game. So this is entirely new to them.
So there's some very fast going on here. Oh, you can see here you saw that there's some text on the screen there. It says respawn something something. So this was something we started talking about before we got distracted by the beautiful pathfinding algorithm from Alice. You can die in this game and there are respawn points, and there are a bunch of respawn points scattered throughout the map. And the way it works is that when you die, which can happen either by falling off the map or by killing yourself with a command, you will respawn at the closest respawn point. And this is what we saw both like Paston and Alice had. They have marked where. Oh, they also have their like flag console. Mm-hmm. So on that platform, one of the consoles will be. So they're looking here at like how they will have to navigate around there to be able to submit a flag. But yeah, so one of the challenges will involve abusing this respawn mechanism.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a team attempt that yet, though.
No, that's actually curious because it's one of the challenges you can, in a sense, completely solve before the real game starts. So I wonder if that's... Oh, this is really impressive, by the way. You see that they're just clicking on the platforms and it's like automatically navigating.
Yeah.
Here they have some issues because they are drawing the like attributes of these consoles here on the screen, but they are overlapping, so they will have to fix that.
So do these consoles, where do these consoles deliver the information to? What's the relevance
those
of
consoles are for all of those doors that we talked about before. Perfect. Down in the so that's thing.
Perfect.
Okay, so
brief glimpse of the full map there.
Yeah, I've just been told that we have a slight delay in the opening of the game servers. There is some bug that has been discovered, but that just gives the teams more time to look into this. And as I said, yes, they will open it. Was it the title? Was it just an image of the map, or they had open, or was it in the map editor?
It was an image, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So
maybe.
So it seems like they've taken one of the backgrounds off to reveal the hidden entries. Wow, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
So they've got some exploits running.
Yeah, it's we have some code and some monitoring on the right side, making sure computer is not not dying. That's good. Yeah. So let's check back with Alice, because they have the map open in the map editor. So for the map we're using, we didn't come up with the format. It's a standard format that's used for some games, and it has this map editor tiled. So it seems they are looking at the map in the map editor.
Yep.
And right now they are doing this mapping. So you see all those consoles. It seems that they are going through the consoles and writing down how they are mapped to the doors.
Where are they getting the mapping to the doors?
I think it's from like the attributes of those items in the map editor, if I understand this correctly. It's
really interesting to see all the teams, all the varying techniques of the teams and the different ways that they're doing it. I doubt we'll see two teams do the same thing.
Yeah.
Or kind of implementing very different techniques.
I also want to point out this little overlay thing they have in the bottom right corner. It looks like they have, ways to like turn on and off different features of their hacking system. So they turned on speed hacks now. You can see them running a bit faster. I really like how some of the teams have, not only implemented these like hacks and stuff, but it also created these like nice like overlays and admin panels and like, because you could just have had it in like, I don't know, like a console or like a text file or something like that. But yeah, this is really nice. Oh, they have auto jump as well, which I guess is that it will jump like on the last possible position before an edge or something like that.
They've got that nice overlay, but they've also got, I think, hotkeys for each of the overlay.
Oh, right.
You can almost see that. I think I can see space and shift. Very interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just checking how we're doing. Okay. Nothing. No major fires on the back end. So hopefully we will be getting the game servers up and running and soon.
Nice.
But we can.
So one of the things for people not to forget is that while this is happening, they still do have challenges to solve when we fully go live. So it's going to be a lot more interesting.
Yeah. So I think we have three challenges in game. So getting to these positions in the map and so on, and then we have 4 more traditional CTF challenges, and which we can, I think we'll talk about them as they appear throughout the match. But basically we have 2 reverse engineering challenges, 1 crypto challenge or mathematics challenge, and 1 web challenge, which will be coming up in the game.
What's your favorite type of CTF challenge?
I'm definitely a reverse engineering type of person. That's definitely my favorite category.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, currently playing the Flare-on reverse engineering challenge.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's a fun one.
Yeah, fun and tough, but hopefully I will be able to finish before Friday when it ends.
Yeah.
So Yeah. So what about you?
So I come from a detection and response background. So it's a mixture for me. So I like most forensics ones, specifically just trying to find things within data. Lots of the SANS kind of CTFs are quite good fun.
Oh,
Reverse
like the holiday hack challenge, for example.
yeah, some of those are quite fun. The ones like
Yeah.
the war games they have. Yeah, so I kind of like those. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
the reverse engineering ones are fun, but yeah, we'll cut back to the game now.
Yeah, so I just want to point out what we saw just a few seconds ago on the screen when you had this like grayed out timer was Alice actually managing to do this respawn based challenge. So we can quickly explain how that works. So there's this section which you can see in the bottom left of the screen now, which it seems you can't get there, but there's a respawn point inside there. And that means that if you fall off this ledge and you time it, so you kill yourself in just the right moment, the respawn point inside of that cave will actually be the closest one to you. So you will respawn inside the cave instead of out on a platform to the left, which we didn't see on screen. So basically they have pretty much one flag like prepped in the bag now. They will just have to redo that in the real game later when that opens.
Yeah, that makes sense. Have we seen any other teams attempt that yet?
No, I think that was it drew my attention because it was one of the first times I saw someone kill themselves at all. So yeah.
Nice. Now this
actually, let's check in with 5BC because they are around that area. So we'll see if they... It seems like this might be them setting up for the jump. So let's see if they...
Ooh.
Right, so very briefly there on the left, you saw the platform that they will probably respawn at now. We'll see. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you fail the challenge.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out the mechanics here, aren't they? Trying to jump all the way over now. Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so exploring. So this is one of these flag terminals. I think this is where you input the one that you get inside the cave.
Yeah.
So that will be
so it doesn't
interesting to see.
It doesn't seem like they've quite solved how to do it. But are all teams aware of the kill command, that they can just kill themselves?
I mean, it's in the source code, but there was no like manual or anything given with the game. I think it was just like, here's a game, figure stuff out. So
Perfect.
But the code is not obfuscated in any way, if I recall correctly. So I mean, and the functions are named properly and so on. So I think there is a function called kill or something. So it's it's not too difficult to find out. So I think we are getting ready to open the game servers pretty soon. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
I was going to say, well, one of the things we are seeing on the screen now is the blacked out area surrounded by the blue. That's a hidden passageway, which I think is a hidden passageway. It's much harder to see without the blue. So this goes to show how some of the tooling is further helping the team.
Right. So this is the blue is probably the
one of the outer layers.
The collisions, exactly.
Yeah.
So here we can see the team testing the connection to the game server, and they seem to have a good connection. That's good. So yeah, I'm gonna switch over to Alice and see. I think so. We saw the purple tower there very briefly, and I thought I saw the outlines of the platforms. So yeah, maybe they have that figured out. But this is interesting here, where on the right we see kind of like the game as played, and then on the left there is this some kind of like overview system they have.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure of its purpose, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. It's almost like we should have given out like awards for, the winner, but also like best tooling and presentation or something like that.
Best prepared.
Yeah. So, let's just give us an overview of, what's going on. We see Paston, they're messing around. Yeah, so we can see that their like auto pathfinding thing is it's pretty good, but you saw it was not perfect when it was trying to jump up on that platform.
Yeah. And that you've got to be pixel perfect for that platform. If you're not, then
yeah. But I think this will give them a big advantage. This it looks pretty solid, this navigation thing, and I wonder if you're gonna see
from Paston.
Sorry, yeah.
The Pastons.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm wondering if we're gonna see like that tight of a race. Like in the previous matches, it has been fairly tight.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has been, decided by whether you had a 20% movement boost or something like that. But it would be really cool to see like a race to the finish because remember the objective for the teams is to get all the 7 flags, but then they also have to go to the exit, which is right behind the door where they start. So it would be amazing if 2 teams got, submitted the 7th flag at around the same time, and we saw like a, dramatic race back to the finish.
Yeah, and those respawn points could come into play at some point as well, because depending on where the respawn point is, if you trigger the kill command, then you could jump ahead quite quickly. So that could be quite interesting to see how teams use that.
All right, yeah. So I remember there was, I don't know if that part of the map was ended up in the final version, but at least there was a section where, I think this is around here, where you could, basically you jumped down in a place and you could either kind of, to get back up, you could either walk like a long way around, which would take about 20 seconds, or you could just kill yourself and be respawned within 10 seconds at the correct place.
Yeah, I don't know whether they've had the game long enough to be able to figure that out yet for this one, but I don't know. We did see some of them tracking the respawn zones, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I do like watching the chicken. So it is much more, a lot of fun. We'll have to note that down for future Hackceler8s.
Yeah, we should have custom characters for all the teams.
Yeah,
So here we see them, the chicken banging against the wall. So we have these many doors problem, which we talked a little bit about. You have those terminals up on the top side of the map, and they control these doors, and you have to. I think they each terminal just control. So it's not like some kind of logic puzzle where they control multiple doors. I think it could be, in which case you have to find the right combination, but it could also just be the case that each terminal just control one door, but some of them are open and closed. So you will have to activate the correct subset of terminals.
Yeah.
But without any specific order. We'll see about that. But yeah, the chicken is great. It's proper animation and everything.
Yeah. That's very cool.
I think we've seen one other. In the previous match, we had Dice Gang playing, and they had replaced the head of the character with a dice. So a small modification.
Yeah.
And I think one team completely just turned off the animation for some reason.
So just had the character just sort of floating along.
Yeah, just sliding around and then. So we first thought it was some kind of bug on our side, but it turned out they had modified the animation system. So yeah. So we'll see. The game is supposed to start at any second now, or the servers are supposed to open now. So we'll see if let's go to the split screen so we see when this when the teams get this and start logging into the real server, and then it's gonna be. I think this is gonna be a tight one. It seems the teams are well prepared. It seems that they have discovered a lot of information about the game and what's going on. So yeah.
It will come down to just how well they do the out of game challenges.
Yeah.
Which is where
they are. Oh, we have here, I think now the teams are all starting. So we are starting.
It's go time. Nice.
Yeah. Let's check in with Paston. They seem to be... they were turning on some of their different things. They're speed running. They are going like crazy. A little bit problem with the platforms, but yeah. Okay, already the key in the socket.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Well, they're doing this very quickly. That took me ages when I had to go on the test run.
Yeah, they are not messing around. This is absolutely crazy. I love it.
It's very cool.
Yeah. I mean, this is... So
they're pulling up the first challenge.
Yeah. So let's see. Yes, so they get the web challenge here. So the way we can explain this, the way this web challenge works is it's actually a very simple PHP script. Let me actually check if I can get our observer feed up and running, and maybe we can have some visuals on that, but otherwise I'll just explain it because it's not too complicated. Well, the web challenge it's a simple PHP script, and the only thing it does, it takes some input and it will create a function. Like there's a PHP function to create a function. It takes a string and it creates a function object from that string. And then this function that is created will never be called. And that's the challenge. So they will have to figure. And then there is, so they get the source code and they see that there is a flag.php in the same directory, but yeah, they can't see the flag in that one.
So the challenge is to create the function and then get the function to be called.
Kind of. Here we have the code of the function. This is all there is to this. Basically the thing here is that this create function, it's very naively implemented. The only thing it will do, it will put brackets around your input and then pass this to eval. Like it will put function and like parentheses and brackets. It would be put like, you know, the function definition thing around your input and just pass it to eval. So if you just give it input, I mean, it's like code injection. You put a bracket, an ending bracket, and then, you know, whatever code you want to run. And this is passed to eval, and that's it. So yeah, crazy little PHP trickery.
Perfect. So what the teams will be doing mostly there, though, is they'll be grabbing that and then maybe sending it off to another team, someone else in their team to do. It looks like
most likely, yes.
It looks like Paston are grabbing all of the challenges first, which is pretty a good kind of technique.
Very good strategy, I would say. Let's see what they are doing with. Actually, let's go to Alice. I want to see what they are doing here. They are still in the entrance of the cave, I think. So yeah, they seem to have some issues with their tooling. That's gonna put them a little bit behind, and that's very unfortunate since yeah,
that's not gonna help them going forward.
Yeah, I hope they get that sorted. I really want to see it in action. You know, let's check in with the chicken team.
It's the easiest way to know them, to remember them.
Yeah. So they do not have an automatic movement system, which
they
shows, but they do have
speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like when the chicken runs quick. It's not a nice animation. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I think
so. Now they're going back to tower up to get the purple key there. I think
they do have some sort of special jump. We're on 5 BC now. What are they doing?
Yeah. They are. It seems like they are modifying some code here. And it's okay, and they're transferring this to teammates. Okay, cool. We'll see what they will do with that. I didn't quite catch what kind of code it was, but something was like util.js, for example.
Yeah, so, like game related code rather than a challenge, but
yeah. So let's we'll see what's going on.
They've not got a speed hack. So they're trying to figure out where the other key is. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah, we have Paston again. So this seems that this is giving their bot a little bit problem when they need to do these kind of like upwards platform jumps. That seems to be a bit of a challenge.
And downwards, it seems as well.
Yes. So they are at a terminal here, and so this is one of the flags related to the in-game movement. So this is just, they get the flag here just for free, but they had to get to the place where they should input it.
Ah, okay.
Oh, cool.
That's very cool.
So it looked, so if I understand this correctly, the thing on the left, they they searched. It was like a a Control F highlight thing, and then it clicked one of the items in that list, and the view jumped to that item. So this is probably like a quick way to just view all the different entities.
Well, they've got to kill. They're going to kill the player any second.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've done it.
They speed hacked the kill timer as well.
Yeah, it seems like they did.
Yeah. So down here we have two challenges, or two terminals. One is the crypto challenge, and you see this code. It's some Python code. It basically, they get a matrix and they basically have to invert this matrix, and and this terminal is one of these. Yeah,
the in-game one. Perfect. Now they've got
So will they?
So they're showing all the attributes. That makes sense.
Yes. So I always forget, is it... So I don't remember if that flag... Like, I think they have to solve the crypto challenge to get out of here. Or... Yeah, it's... Yeah, so it might be the case that they have to solve the crypto challenge and put that flag into this terminal to open the portal to be able to get back out.
Well, that flag console says, in the basement they do have to solve it. Very interesting.
Yeah, so speed hacking can't help you now.
So essentially they're stuck if they can't figure it out. They just have to restart the game.
Yeah, I don't think so the thing is that restarting the game doesn't really help you either, because the location is saved. So they are stuck here until they have solved this challenge now.
We have our first challenge solved, non-in-game challenge, it appears, MSLC.
Oh, perfect.
They've solved the PHP one, it appears.
Right. Yes. This also tells me that the indicators on the side of the screen are not working properly. So I'm going to have a quick look at that. But let's switch over to Alice in the meanwhile, who also seemed to have a little bit of a technical difficulty.
Yeah. It's a bit strange because everything was working earlier, but
So, yeah. So this should be, I might just have to,
they keep getting disconnected, which isn't great.
Yeah, so maybe something is messing up their the tooling. So right, that should do it. And if we now switch to
so Alice is trying to connect to a local instance, which seems a bit strange.
Yeah. Oh, we have another score from Paston. So which one did they get? So they did not get the same one as... So they must have... Wait. Yeah, so they did get the crypto one.
Now they're trying to figure out where to put some of the other in-game flag.
Great. So it seems like Paston they were able to invert the matrix, and now they need to jump down to this platform here and submit the flag they found inside the cave. Oh, and they even optimized it by killing themselves in air. And I think they copied the wrong flag.
Yeah, this is the wrong flag.
This one, yeah,
it's going to cost them time.
Yeah, hope they store the other one. Oh. Yes, there you have it. So they scored the. Oh wait, how did they? Oh,
so it looks like to me they have a speed hack that has ×2, ×3, all the way up to ×32 speed. Currently they're using ×8.
This is more than we. So in the previous match,
you can see the tiles. So the invisible.
Yes, and they have the auto jumper up. Oh, this is absolutely incredible. You see, so this is what we talked about. Like with the right tooling, this becomes, trivial. And there, actually notice how. So the last jump there, first of all, congratulations to them for scoring the flag. But the last jump is actually, the last tile is inside one of those arrow blocks. And one thing I noticed was that they didn't click on that platform. They just clicked on top, like above the thing. So they didn't actually even notice that they wouldn't have been able to make that last jump. But since they have their AI figured out, oh, now they got. Seems like they got disconnected. Maybe they overdid. So maybe the anti-cheat kicked in and kicked them. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
But let's.
So they've got bot jumps, and they've got again, speaking of cool UIs, that is a cool UI they've got on their tool on the left. But let's jump to another team. So Paston and
Whoa! Now they got the doors as well.
Yeah. So it looks like they've got a function. They're using an interesting function called receival, where they're just taking all the data. Just storing everything there.
So speaking of the doors, here we have 5BC also manipulating the consoles for the doors.
Yeah.
So making their way up through this. I think so. Wait, Paston just submitted. Yeah, so they submitted the door flag as well. Sorry. Actually, let's switch back to this. Here is another challenge. It's a Vim challenge, so :Q, and it's a reversing challenge in Vim. So it's like Vim script or something, I guess, like Vim macros. So it's something called a crack me, which is kind of like a standard format of reverse engineering challenges.
Yep.
Where you have some kind of program and it takes an input and then it validates this input against some function. And basically you're supposed to give it the flag and it will say, yes, this is the flag. And the way you know what the flag is by looking at the code and working your way backwards to figure out what the input is supposed to be.
Yeah. The latest Flare-on has quite a few of those.
Yes. Let's see. I think was that the challenge code we saw there for a brief moment?
I think so. I think they're now sending it over to their team.
Yes. A good strategy. So yeah, let's check in with Alice again and see. Actually, yeah. Oh, they're still having a lot of issues with the tooling. I think this is so unfortunate. Yeah, they're switching back from the server to localhost to trying to, get things going, see what's going on. Yeah. I really want to see this in action. So I really hope they get this going. You know. So yeah. Let's see if we have a chicken crew or Leet chicken. They are rebooting their VM.
That's going to cost them time.
Yeah. So let's see 5BC here. They are doing some platforming, jumping around. Did they miss a jump and have to go back up again? Yeah, so this is very unforgiving.
Yeah, I've tested this out, and it's not. I can feel for them. I feel for them. It looks like they've sort of semi-given up and are going for another challenge instead.
Yeah, or maybe they were done and just wanted to get out. So it's what that looked like.
Yeah, actually,
I think I briefly saw.
I think that's the only way you get back to the portal. Is
Yeah. But if I saw correctly from the Discord chat there was a flag. So maybe they're making themselves back to the terminal to input the web challenge. Maybe this is what they're doing.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So let's see if that's the case.
Yeah,
they get their first.
Yeah, they're going for the web.
So will they input it, or will they just stand there? It's I mean, I kind of want to see them score the flag, but okay, now, so are they getting the flag from?
Well, Alice are doing some auto jumping. We're being told.
Yeah. Let's actually switch over to Alice. So they seem to have been. They are getting into the game, it seems. Is that the real? Okay, so they're downloading the Vim challenge as well.
Yeah.
Which is good. Hopefully sending that off to a team member. Yeah. So. Yeah, I have a little bit of a hard time following which, if they're connected. Yeah, maybe it's a.
Have they got two instances of the game open?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused actually what's going on. But now, actually, we have two more flags scored. First of all, 5BC did get the web challenge here.
Woohoo. Well done.
Nice. And then More Smokely Chicken scored another flag.
Were those game flags or challenge flags?
Yeah, I unfortunately I missed which one that was. I think it's an in-game challenge.
Yeah,
but I'm not quite sure. Maybe we can get an update from one of our colleagues on that. But actually, I'm gonna switch over to Paston because they have scored not only one but two more flags while we looked away, and this is absolutely crazy. Yeah, this is. I mean, we can't keep up with this.
Have they scored any flags that we haven't discussed yet?
Well, probably yes. It looks like Leet Chicken is doing the respawn bug, but they failed.
Yeah.
So let's actually quickly talk about the challenges then. So we have talked about the Vim one. Well, very briefly, it's some kind of Vim script, and you have to input the right key combination, and something will happen. Are you more familiar with this challenge?
Not with the Vim one. I can take a quick look at my notes.
Yeah. Okay. Something absolutely insane happened. Paston scored their 7th flag. So they would have Vim script better than Lisp. This means they now have all the flags. They just need to make their way to the exit. This is absolutely crazy. I don't have the official timer, but this is like where they have been going on for like 20 something minutes. The on-screen timer is a little bit off, but it's ballpark correct.
And I think they're about to do it. They've changed the icon right at the end. Well done.
Oh my God.
That was quick. How quick were the teams yesterday?
Oh no, the previous two matches. So we had the 30 minutes prep time. Sure, they got a little bit more this time, but then we had this 90-minute game time. And yesterday, both of the finishers, they did it in like something like 80 to 85 minutes. So we were really comfortable and like, oh, this is like perfect balance of difficulty and so on. And now Paston just swoops in and destroys the opposition. Wow. Absolutely insane.
So what happens now? Do the other teams carry on?
So the other teams still have they go on. They fight for second, third, and the fourth place, and to keep the entertainment going. But yeah, I'm blown away. Like here we really see that the proper tooling, proper prep work, and team collaboration. Yeah, it really matters. It's I don't know what to say really. It's but yeah, let's switch over to more smoked Leet chicken.
Yeah.
So they are. Whoa! There was something glitching out there. Yeah. So we were talking about challenges.
Yeah.
Before this happened. And yeah, so we have, as we said, we have the PHP challenge, which is just, we described it, it's just code injection into this silly PHP function. So I think it's one of those challenges where, you kind of like either get it within like 5 minutes, or you go down like the wrong path and it can frustrate you for quite a while.
Yeah. Which is something that happens at every CTF. You're guaranteed to go down a wrong path at some point and get frustrated.
Oh, absolutely. And then you come out of there and it's like, oh, can I have those 5 hours of my life back, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other teams don't know yet that Paston have blitzed it. So they're still pushing.
Yeah, no, they have been so they are being kept updated with the current score. But they are supposed to keep on going for so I hope they don't get their motivation down and keep fighting. So yeah. And so they are now reloading the game. So what they want to do here is reveal the hidden platforms somehow. But it doesn't seem like they have a way of doing that. So we'll see. But speaking of this tower, we have 5BC attempting it as well.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going a similar method, trying to trial and error.
Yeah, that's it's a bold strategy, as we say.
We both know you're referencing dodgeball. Yeah,
maybe
it is a bold strategy. I don't know if it's the one that would. You got to have a very good memory, and it looks like they're stuck. I mean,
so we've seen variants of this. Either we have seen some people just blindly brute forcing it like this. We've seen people who had like a reference sheet on one side of the screen and like playing alongside it. Some people who revealed the hitboxes, and Paston who basically clicked on go upwards and it sorted itself. Oh yeah. It seems.
See, this is where I think they would have needed to have jumped at the wall.
Yes, because the pattern starts out regular, right? But then it changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely frustrating.
So it looks like Alice's pathfinding system is working a little bit.
Yes, they have something going on. Actually, let's take a look. They also have a flag. We missed that as well. So they have the bottom flag, which is the web one, because that's the same one as 5BC, right?
Yes.
They also got. So, yeah. And now they got the door flag as well. And yeah, so we'll see the indicator on screen is actually a little bit before. Oh, so they will input it here. Awesome. So Alice is now really on the board as well. They're in the game. They recovered from their initial issues.
Yeah, they seem to be going much quicker. As in, it looks like they've got a speed hack on.
Yeah. I wonder how much this issue in the beginning cost them.
Yeah, because it looked like from the warm up that they had a similar chance to Paston. Had similar kind of setup. But so now they're just trying to figure out whether if they need to pick up the other key.
Yeah. So. Oh, did they kind of like load in?
Yeah. Ah, cool. Anti-cheat systems called them.
No, they just optimized.
Oh, really?
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
I
think so. You see these waypoints they have, and then in some places they kill themselves right at the waypoint and they move forward.
Yeah. It's the technique we discussed earlier, isn't it? It's the yeah. I
think they are. Well, maybe Paston did it a little bit, but it's the first team which I've seen that like really incorporated it as like a movement strategy.
Yeah. Right here they're grabbing.
Yes. So they're getting one of these flags, and this flag is for the top of the tower, right?
Yeah.
So the kind of, there's like a little bit of a troll, you could say here, where if you're not careful, you might like go up to the top of the tower without having grabbed that flag, and then you will have to jump down and, you know, redo it with the flag.
Left tower. There we go.
Yeah, so this is probably what they were setting up. Yeah, exactly. So they're not doing the pathfinding in real time. So I guess that's what they were doing with in the beginning, when they were like, you know, drawing these paths and like moving these markers and stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, so close.
It's not working out well for them, is it?
Yeah, but there they have, I mean, so they are drawing the platforms. So why, I mean this path thing, it's cool and all, but I mean, you have the platforms there, and it's not that difficult of a platforming. So I would just turn on the like showing the collision, and
yeah,
you know,
I agree.
It's
oh, that's so that, yeah, they've stopped it now. It looks like they've stopped the pathfinding and going, they're doing collision.
Oh, this one is a bit tricky because it's difficult to see, but there is a platform there. There you have it.
Yeah.
And then we will get the flag submission in a second here. So that actually brings them up to 3rd place. Very nice, very nice. And I mean, I kind of like that. I like that, you know, the teams who did the prep work, who did the tooling, they are succeeding. That's justice in a sense.
Yeah, but it seems like Alice's tooling got a bit too complicated and resulting in some errors.
Yeah. So we have 5BC doing the tower, MSLC also. So actually I saw that Alice, actually let's go back to them again, because I saw they loaded up another.
The pathfinding. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you have a good visualization. You see these lines, they show the edges of the different respawn zones, and you can see that edge is like tilting out of the wall, and this is why you can go down here. So it's really nice that we get this visualization from the team.
So why does Alice's one sort of keep kind of cutting back to the title screen and then pinging back? Kind of keeps jumping back every time they change the view. They jump back from the title screen somewhere else.
Yeah. It's something strange.
Yeah, and they've got different variants of speed hacks as well, as you can.
Yeah.
They've just realized.
Yeah, so now they are stuck until they solve the crypto challenge. Oh. Yes, and I will just put up on screen here. This is the solution for the web challenge that 5BC used. So you can see there they're doing a curl request, setting C, which is this code variable, and you can see there the ending bracket right before the print statement, and then they are dumping. So they do file get contents to get the flag.php and just printing that out and just commenting out the rest.
Yeah, so it's. I can see why you call this an injection, and also it's kind of like injection because it follows this like a SQL injection format where you're trying to escape it first.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's definitely. And it's now it's as with most CTFs, when the answer is right in front of your face, it's very obvious. But it's not so obvious when you're trying to be the one to figure it out. So well done.
Yeah. We can see here, More Smokely Chicken is trying to. I think they are trying to get the platforms to show. So. Yeah, we'll see if they manage to do that. They're okay. So you see that they are looking. They're doing some comparison against which layer the items are on.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So. Yeah. I think I see some Wolfram Alpha on Alice screen here. So they're trying to solve the crypto challenge.
For those who might not know, what's this website?
Yeah, so Wolfram Alpha is a great what's called like a computational engine, they call it, I think. So it's both like a little bit of a programming language, but it's based on the Wolfram like software suite. But basically it's like you can search for, or like you can put in expressions and it will perform calculations. And this can be anything from like simple mathematical, 1 + 1, but you can also incorporate units. So you can do like 1 hour times, or like 30 seconds times 100 miles per hour, and it will tell you what distance that will be, and so on. And you can do a whole bunch of different advanced and useful things with it. So it's a very neat thing for.
Very cool. And now they brought up CyberChef, or as I like to call it, just keep pressing buttons until your output looks normal.
Yeah, they got it.
Oh, really?
So they did solve they managed to invert the matrix and get the challenge.
Nice.
To get the flag, score it. And now they just need to jump down to the left to submit the other flag. So they're loading up one of their waypoint things.
Yep.
Yeah. So there seems to be some graphical glitches in their rendering, but it doesn't matter. Awesome. So two quick flags from Alice.
Yeah. So Alice now have 5, MSLC have 2, and 5BC have 1.
Yeah.
You can't help but think whether it would have been a bit closer if Alice hadn't had that issue in the beginning. But
yeah. Though, kind of like to their, to not have too much like regret or anxiety over that. I think Paston were still a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But it would definitely have been a more entertaining match.
Oh. What's going on here?
Yeah, now they have something going on.
So it looks like the code they've written worked.
Yes. So now,
Yes.
yeah, some speed hacking. And
So they're going for the
but
tower.
I wonder what the so are they going to tower again? But why did they leave the tower?
I think
were
they
they
might-
fetching another challenge?
They might have had to reload the game. Oh, it's localized.
Okay, so this is just a local test instance of the game, and they're just trying it out and see that it works. But they confirmed that it did work in the towers, and now they're logging back on to the real game. And hopefully, if they have done this correctly, they should be able to apply the same trick and see the boxes.
Do you know in depthly how the trick they're doing works, where they're interacting with the game code?
This looks like mitten proxy, I think. So I guess they are just proxying the game. They're like man in the middling themselves, and injecting code to change the behavior of the game.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like it's working for the main game at the moment.
Yeah, some issues going on. And we can switch to Alice again. So let's see, what flags do they have left? They've solved... Yeah, so they have this one, which we have not talked about. This is excellent. This is the other reverse engineering challenge called Wait. Did you try this one?
I did not know.
Right, so it's basically, if I remember this correctly, it's this like huge function that does like a whole bunch of different calculations with your it's not doing it with your input. It's so basically it's doing a whole bunch of calculations, but then at the end it's just like XORing this key or whatever with your input and checking with the flag, or like checking with the target or something like this. So right, this is what it looks like. So we can see,
Yeah.
it has a bunch of sleeps, and then I guess it does something with this. Okay, so okay, a whole bunch of sleeps, and then it's doing a few meaningful things. It's manipulating this a variable within the code,
Yeah.
and then it's doing this calculation where you have the flag XORed with something, and then doing something with this a variable. So I guess one way you could solve this is to just like patch out all the sleep calls, for example. Could be one way. Or perform these calculations, by yourself or so and so on. So there's a bunch of ways to go about it. And that's the final CTF challenge we hadn't talked about really, because we have there was a Vim script one, which we haven't really showed the source of yet, but we can do that a little bit later, I think.
Yeah.
And so let's go back to 5BC.
Yeah, both 5BC and MSLC look stuck in the tower.
Yeah. So 5PC is still trying to do this like the manual way. Or do they have something off screen to help them? It doesn't really seem like it, but maybe someone is like guiding them, you know, maybe they're talking. Oh. Yeah, that must be really frustrating. That's annoying. Oh, actually, let's switch back to Alice because they have loaded up the program in IDA. So
Nice.
yeah. So IDA is a reverse engineering tool which you can use to analyze code and like disassemble it and decompile it to understand what it's doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, once you see kind of like the overall structure of it, it shouldn't be too difficult to just go from there. So yeah. And if we check in here with Leet chicken. Yeah. So they are using the reference image strategy we talked about.
Yeah. It's not, doesn't seem to be working out too well because you can't really plot where you are in the tower.
No. Oh, that must be frustrating.
So we are being we are being told there is a reason why this strategy isn't working for them. But yeah,
right.
Just the strategy that they're trying won't work on the main game.
Oh, the you mean the like trying to get the things to show up?
Yeah. Because there's no layer by default with the collision, so they won't be able to make the show.
Okay, tricky. So what we didn't catch on screen was that Alice did score a flag. So it was probably this crack me flag, or so the weight reversing challenge. And so this means they only have one challenge left. And let's see, they're loading up. Oh, they're loading up waypoint to the console. So maybe they actually have the last. Maybe that's the Vim thing, right? So maybe they're just going to input the Vim. Oh, now they're working through their waypoints and going here. And yeah, they are scoring their 7th flag. Yeah, the Vim script one. So let's actually load up the source code for that one. I have it here. Yeah. Can you read this?
I can make an attempt, but
yeah, so it has some kind of like char to, I guess it's like char to number and number to char. And it's like char, could that be like char to number binary or something like that? So I'm not at all familiar with like Vim scripting. So
no, me either. I'm not. It's
but it looks like it's.
It sounds like Alice and Paston are though.
Yeah. But just looking at the overall structure of it, it seems like it's like copying. They're making like a copy of the thing over there. It's some form of Elvish. Yeah, can we just say melon and it will open? But yeah, it's probably just doing some. It looks like some subtraction there in the middle. So maybe it's just taking these things and like, doing some simple, subtraction or something to get the flag.
Yeah, and you're just trying to reverse engineer that and trying to figure out what it's doing. But yeah.
So let's look at Alice going to the end and just see the finishing screen for them.
Put their speed hack on. Cool. Well done, Alice.
Great job. Well done, Alice.
So that they had about 20 minutes of issues because they only just started when Paston had already won. But putting them their time about half an hour, that's not too bad. It's not too bad.
No, it's. I mean, it's definitely. Yeah, both of the teams were way faster than the finishers in the other two matches. Of course, we didn't have the exact same challenge set, so it's hard to just do like a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are they replaying? What are they doing?
I think they're messing things up.
Yep.
So... more smoked Leet chicken. I think they're still trying to do these changes. Are they still going for the same strategy for displaying the blocks? The one that probably won't work?
Yeah, it looks like it. There's some helpful comments in there. It's nice of us to put comments in there to help people out. I guess one of the tough things about this CTF is that a lot of teams are in a standard CTF. A lot of teams are really used to kind of the normal reverse engineering, maybe a web hack or just anything kind of standard. But with this, there's that whole extra kind of in-game hacking that needs to go on as well. So if you've not focused on that or seen much of that before, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. Oh, 5PC have almost made it up by pure will and determination. I feel like we should have the Rocky theme tune playing in the background.
Yeah, I should have a soundboard and just.
Yeah, they should yell at Adrian when they get to the top.
And now,
no.
There. So there they actually did. That was actually a good thing for them in a sense, because they should have noticed how they bonked their head there. So they need to go a little bit to the left when they jump. No, they have the information. So the reason they bonk is because there's a platform there. So they need to jump and then go left.
Yay!
Yes. And now I really hope they have the flag. So.
Yeah, they've done it.
Oh yeah.
Access granted.
Got it. Good job. That was wow. And actually, it looks like we just missed more smoked Leet chicken. It seems they managed to get their thing working at the end, and they scored a flag as well. So, good job.
Perfect. They seem to not be using their speed hacking.
Maybe taking it a bit more cautious.
I think they're coming down now to the special.
And will they do it? Will they time it correctly? No.
Oh, it's a long.
Maybe they were just.
It's a long.
Maybe they were just like scouting it.
That's a long 7 seconds to wait. Yeah. So they've not quite figured that out yet, which is going to be tough.
Yes. So here they have a flag terminal at least where they can input a flag.
Yeah.
And now they're jumping down again. So will we see them try the... Yeah. Not sure they have that figured out. So it's
just trying to see how big the teams are. So I know 5BC is a team of 3 at the moment, but More Smoked Leet Chicken don't have any numbers in their team.
Yeah, I think their team has varied a bit in size over the years, because it's a combination of different teams. They get merged, and then I think this year some of them actually played separately, because I've seen both. Yeah, so one of the components of More Smoked Leet Chicken, I've seen them playing like standalone. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but it's probably a handful.
Yeah, Paston, the winners, had around 9 in their team, looks like, which worked out well for them.
Yeah. So we see here that 5BC, they have found the weight challenge as well.
Nice. I'm quite sure what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. Oh, they haven't figured out how to dump the binary data. So, yeah.
Is there a command for that, or is it something they have to put in themselves?
No, you will have to, yes, you see there on the screen, it says like text decoder, decoded data. So they're setting a breakpoint there in the JavaScript code.
Yep.
I think that's the correct place. So I think they will just have to access the console again, and it should break there, and they should be it should be giving them the data that they can like copy to somewhere else.
Nice.
But so you see, they open it. Yes, so they have a. I mean, they could have done it in a different place, because then they would have received like a hex string. Oh, this is actually, it said only 89 characters. Yeah, this is probably just the first message. I think they need to resume, yes, and then yes, break again to get the actual, because the first message will just be the text header thing.
Yeah.
And what they want is the actual binary data. Now I think they missed it, so I think they will have to redo this. But they are definitely, I mean, it's basically that is one of the two ways you can do it. I mean, of course, if you have if you set up like a proxy, you can also just grab the data on the wire, or you can do it like this while dumping it in the. So there you see, now they set the breakpoint on the correct place, and they have just a nice hex encoded string which they can easily just send off to their teammates, and then they can decode that and start reversing it. No, that looks like that was too short and looks like text from the ASCII values, so they will need to do it one more time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they've just grabbed it there. I think that looked longer.
Awesome. So we can actually switch over to Leet Chicken. It seemed like they were accessing. Yeah, so they have the Vim challenge there as well.
Perfect.
Hopefully sending that off to a teammate to solve.
So as far as I'm aware, neither of these teams have completed the door challenge. Is that correct?
Yes, that seems correct. Yes, because but I saw 5BC was messing around with those terminals at some point. Oh, do we have another flag here from Leet Chicken? Okay, now they're downloading the Vim script to get the challenge. So yeah, so we have 5BC here looking in Wireshark. Oh, okay. So maybe something didn't really work when they were grabbing it from the console, and they just grabbed it from the network instead.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. And they are also opening this up in IDA to see what's going on. And yeah.
And this is where these CTF teams will shine. It looks like.
Looks a bit corrupted.
Yeah, those random characters at the end shouldn't be there.
Yeah. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or if they messed something up with the when they extracted the binary, but yeah. Yeah, so they're trying to reverse engineer to see what's going on. In the meanwhile, we have more smoked Leet Chicken looking at the Vim script. So, yeah. So they're standing next to this console so that they can quickly input the flag once they get it. So,
yeah.
Seems they're not really going for like a very parallel execution here where, you know, someone is running around grabbing challenges and, you know, someone else trying to solve them. But I'm not entirely sure what they are up to at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know whether because it didn't seem like to be that. It didn't seem like that was part of their kind of the way they were going to work from the beginning. So it can't. It's not the fact that two other teams have already completed it. It's just the way they chose to approach it.
Yeah. No, it felt like if we compare with Paston, for example, it felt overall much more like deliberate, their whole execution. Like it felt like they had, they had the tooling, they had someone playing the game, just running around fetching stuff, shooting it off to team members for processing and so on. So very like industrialized setup of their whole CTF execution.
Yeah, we didn't see Paston do any sort of reverse engineering in any of their screens. I think we saw Alice do a little bit, but yeah, it was interesting. It's like as I was taught as a child, you should always when you're doing a test. Oh, MSLC have gone.
Okay, so
Or they've gone, but they just got another.
Yes, so the stream is gone, but the flag was scored, so that's good. So while I look into that, let's switch over to 5BC and see what they are up to. And okay, we have MSLC back, and we have the observer view of them trying to do the doors challenge. So yeah, I'm not sure what there was some kind of technical issue there with their stream. They got cut off for a while, but yeah, as we saw, they got that flag, and now they're on to the doors challenge. So trying to interact with these consoles, we can switch over to their view of the situation to see, the glorious chicken and how they're interacting with these consoles. So I'm not sure exactly what method they have used to, figure out the mapping between the consoles and the doors, but it seems that they are not just randomly interacting. So there seems to be some kind of strategy here.
Yeah.
But also reloading again.
Seem to be having a few technical issues.
Yeah. So let's see, they're trying to read the game state, I think. So maybe they want to check. Oh, so they're gonna check the state of the doors by exporting the current game state. That should work. So they will just have it will be a bit of a trial and error, I guess, because I don't think the state itself discloses the mapping between the consoles and the doors. So but maybe they can figure that out. So you see here they have a list here of object like type, open door, closed door, and so on.
Yeah. How many buttons they have to press to open the door?
I think it's like half of them or something. I'm not sure. Like a half or a third of the buttons. Yeah, we'll see. We have something going on Alice stream at the moment.
I think Alice heard us say that we're gonna give extra points of tool development. So I think they're trying to get those extra points.
Yeah, they wanted to showcase the tooling here. So yeah, you see the like control panel thing they have on the left, and oh, so it's like it had these tabs, and then when you interact with the terminal, it would switch to that tab on the left and just automatically do a hex dump of the terminal output. And I would guess then that all of the teammates can like connect to this admin panel to just, you know, fetch that data.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. So yeah, no, it's really unfortunate that they had issues.
This is
here they're showing off like
this is the test environment, right? This isn't.
Yeah. So this is probably, you know, they developed it in the test environment, and I saw some discussion that some of the issues they had might have been caused by a suggestion, like a game change they themselves suggested to the game engine, which might have broken their. Oh, and you see, it also like automatically detected the flag, and they have like a state of all the challenges on the left side. Where it has like red and yellow for like we have the flag but not submitted it, and then they just go to the terminal and it submits, or to the flag console, and it submits the flag, and oh wow,
that is very cool.
Yeah, I'm really sad that we don't get to see this in the finals, since unfortunately Paston beat them. But yeah, it's all right. And then it can manually input if it's in like a separate challenge. So I guess like then another teammate can go into this panel, grab for example, a reversing challenge, and solve the challenge, and then put the flag back into the command panel, and the player interacting with the game will like just then see that and just be able to just go to the flag console and input the flag.
That's really cool.
Wow.
So I think 5BC have got another one.
They did.
Yeah, they did Sepia, which I think is one of the zones.
Yeah. So while we were enthusiastic about, actually, I'm gonna switch back to Alice again. It seems like they are showcasing the routing capabilities. Yeah. Well, that's really awesome. But I'm being told that 5BC is going to attempt the respawn challenge. So let's actually look at that for a while and see what they're gonna do. So they jumped down to this platform where you have a flag console, but no flag. So the question now is...
So it doesn't seem like they know there's a kill command. That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not gonna help. Just jumping off the sides like this will not put you in the right place. It will just respawn you here at the last resort, and yeah, you can teleport up again. So let's see if they have this figured out. So they seem to have some kind of map.
Yeah, it's
of the game.
It looks like a heat map, but I don't know what it is. So I think they're trying to see now whether there's any other way of getting in there that they haven't been able to see.
Right, they are looking for like a secret tunnel or something like that, which is it's good thinking, but it's not the solution.
Is there a secret tunnel in this one? Not for this challenge, but I don't think there is a secret tunnel.
No. There might. I was a little bit unsure. There might have been something, but it's definitely not related to solving this challenge, or actually any of the challenges here. So, yeah.
Observers.
So,
yeah.
Oh, so we do have a secret tunnel. Yeah, we saw this before. So this in the middle of the screen here, we have a secret tunnel between these two rooms.
Okay.
It feels like you could discover this tunnel accidentally by just, if you're coming from. Oh, maybe no. The tunnel is from the left. That was why it didn't make sense to me before. Like the tunnel is coming from. You're coming from the left, right? When you enter this.
Yeah, it's to enter that orange key.
And then you have to jump into the wall. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's nice. So it seems 5BC gave up on the forbidden basement. They had not figured that part out. Not sure where they're going at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah.
They're going back to this top right section of the. Oh no! Now they're back all the way in the beginning. So I'm wondering where they're going. Are they going down to the doors? Are down here, right?
Yeah, they are, but I don't think we've seen them enter the code properly.
No, we did see them like mess around with the console some time ago, but I doubt they actually got the things set up correctly. But now they're making their way up here to the green pines. This is a bit of a tricky jump. Oh.
And this is
so here
this just goes to show where the pathfinding kind of aspect comes in and helps you and the team save some valuable time. Okay, yep. Yeah, they're trying the cards again.
Great. Speaking of the consoles and the doors, it seems like Leet Chicken have now, by looking at this game state and interacting with the consoles, finally managed to get all the doors into an open state. So they just had to do some platforming to get back into the portal to be able to go down. And now they are going down through the caves. And if they did this correctly, they should be able to get a flag down here. But I think they took the wrong turn here. I think they have to go up here and then.
And I thought it was. Is it not further down?
Yeah, I think so as well. I wonder where they're going. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There will be.
Ah, here it is. Yeah.
Oh no, it's okay. So.
Oh, they've.
So they did something they did something wrong here.
Yeah, they failed the doors.
And so how did that happen? Could it be that some of the they missed some of the entities, or are some of the entities like misnamed? Like they're called open door, but it's actually a closed door, or
Yeah, so because they're obviously setting a state right on the door. If they flick a switch and they haven't taken that into account, then it's likely that's causing it. So that they may have hit all the correct switches, but they may not have checked all of the switches that don't open doors, and they may have triggered those. So it's you have to have all of them done, and then all of the switches that don't work have to be off, basically.
oh
I think
yeah,
I think I've kind of explained that. I'm doing it via comments that I'm seeing being passed to us, but we've got 7 minutes.
Yeah.
7 minutes left. It takes. Yeah, see, they're trying to check the states of the doors now.
yeah, that's very unfortunate, because I mean what they were doing it was kind of the right idea, or I mean it's one way to do it, I guess, but small mistakes and this happened, and it's deliberately made so that the switches are like on the opposite side of the map. So
Yeah, it takes a good 2 minutes to walk there, unless you speed run like Paston.
So we have about 5 minutes left of the match, and we'll see here. So we can see that 5BC is doing a similar approach to what MSLC did, where they are inspecting the state of the game and looking at the entities and trying to figure out which doors are open and closed, and so on. So yeah, hopefully they don't make the same mistake, and if they get it right, they could catch up and get the fourth flag to get like a tied third and fourth place. Although this is the way we do tiebreakers, by the way, is the team that first got to that score, so who first submitted their most recent flag, that's the tiebreaker for this.
So they would need to get to 5 flags first, basically.
Yes. To be able to grab the third place, they would have to get 2 more flags. But it feels strange to me that have they only solved? I'm trying to recount which challenges they have solved, and
so they got to the top of the tower. They solved that one. I think they've solved 2 of the 3 in-game challenges, and they solved the PHP one as well.
Yeah, but no, they did it because they have doors. They did neither the respawn thing nor the doors thing. So they only did the tower. So they did the PHP thing, and was it like the Vim script? I think, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yeah. But that means they should have other in-game challenges which they should have been able to access. They need the crypto one they can't access because that's one in the base. That one is in the basement.
So they've done the PHP, the tower, and the wait, which is the sleeps, the reverse engineer.
Okay, so they have the Vim script, which is accessible on one of those platforms very close to where they're standing, I think. So they should be able to do that one. And
the other 2 are locked down unless they know the kill command. They won't be able to get to that.
Exactly.
And the doors.
Yeah.
Ooh. So where would they find out about the kill command, and where would they enter the kill command? So is there a console in it, or is it a command they pass it, much like we're seeing them passing commands here?
So I think it's pretty much typing kill, or like calling the kill function in the JavaScript console. It might be that it's on some object, like, command kill or player kill or something. But yeah, okay. I mean, it's just kill in the console. So, and they can find this by reading the source code. They can find this, and it will, set the appropriate state and send the appropriate commands to the server and so on. So, yeah. But then you have to figure out. I mean, it's one thing to realize that you can kill yourself, but then you have to figure out, how does this system work? Like, where will I be respawned, and what are respawn points, and which respawn point is selected, and then realize that there's actually a respawn point inside the cave, and the respawn zone for that point is kind of like leaking outside the wall. So it's some reverse engineering of the game code.
Yeah, which it seems like Ales and Paston did really well.
Yeah.
Not long left now. How long's left?
Oh, it's just a few minutes, and you can see 5BC searching through this entities list and trying to.
Yeah, so we've got under 2 minutes left. So even if they manage to do it, they're not going to make it to the door. It's unlucky.
Oh yeah, that's too bad.
What's the chicken doing?
Let's check in with the chicken, and the chicken is jumping around.
It's like it sweats or like panics when it jumps.
Yeah. See where they are going right now. Are they going to the tower again? There's nothing to do there. Or are they gonna try the respawn thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's the only thing this way, right? So it would be cool if they could grab to manage to do that.
Yeah, but even if they manage to do that, they then need to then do the reverse engineering of the crypto.
Yes.
So it's so they have.
It actually, we're gonna switch back to 5BC because it looks like now we have things happening at the same time. It looks like they are making their way back to the
door, but will they make
doors.
it? Not with platforming.
Will they make it? So we'll see. I think they still have like 30 seconds or something. And unfortunately, they did not do it correctly. So yeah, that's very unfortunate. And I think the servers are shutting down now. So yeah. So that is the match for this time. Very well played from all the teams, I'd say. Paston and Alice came thoroughly prepared, and yeah, really impressive performance from them. Alice with a little bit of technical difficulty that was unfortunate, but really cool to see.
Yeah, no, it was super interesting to see how the different teams kind of did all their different did different aspects and different attempts and different ways of approaching the game. But Paston went for a very, very good one that wasn't too complicated and had a lot of things a lot of aspects that made it much easier for them, such as the cool UI. And I really appreciated them switching to a robot right at the end, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah, it's like the showmanship is good, right?
Yeah.
And you could see on their little panel on the side, like for the kill command, they even had like small skulls around the kill command and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something we really appreciate. So yeah, this was the third qualification match. There will be one more match, and then the winners of each of those matches will be playing the finals next weekend, or I mean, considering when this is released, that will be this weekend. Thanks for watching, and check out the other matches. And any other final closing remarks, Ollie?
No, I think you've said it all. Just thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of the games.
Cool. Goodbye.
See you later.